San Diego Mayor Bob Filner finds himself in the middle of a new controversy tonight. I'm Dwayne Brown on KPBS Evening Edition. What the mayor says about money he got from a local developer, and a federal court clears the way for same-sex marriages to happen right away. Also tonight, several parts of the county under an excessive heat warning. We'll look at what the health department's doing to help us beat the heat.
It may be easier to carry around your library on a Kindle, but there's nothing like the smell of an old book. And more of these will be available on the shelves at the new library.
And outgoing superintendent of San Diego Unified School District stops by for a chat about his tenure with some advice for his replacement. Then San Diego Magazine makes having a fun weekend easy with their summer guide. We'll highlight some new events like History Happy Hour. I'm Peggy Pico. KPBS Evening Edition starts now.
Hello, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Questions tonight at City Hall. Did Mayor Bob Filner's office shake down a developer for $100,000 in exchange for a building permit? Filner says no. He apologized today for being unaware of correspondence between a former top aide and developer Sunroad Centrum Partners. Filner says he returned the money yesterday, but his political opponents say it doesn't pass the smell test. KPBS senior editor Mark Sauer joins us from the News Center with the story. Mark, we should be clear, there is no allegation any money went into the mayor's pocket, right?
That's right. Filner says it was a donation to the city. It's a complicated story. It involves a mixed-use project in Kearny Mesa, originally approved by City Council in 1997. First phase was an apartment complex and a small park. In question is the second phase of the project.
And what did the developer Sunroad actually want?
They wanted to build within 6 feet of the park, but state building code requires 15 feet. Now, the City Council voted to allow that change to Sunroad's building permit, but Mayor Filner vetoed that action in May. According to Sunroad principal Tom Story, he reached an agreement with the mayor's office. He'd pay $100,000 if the mayor's office would support a council override of their own veto. Here's a voicemail left on a phone line at Councilman Kevin Faulkner's office.
Hi, this is Tom Story with Sunroad Enterprises. It's 11:20 on Friday, June 7th. Calling to see if the mayor's office has been in communication with Kevin's office regarding item 330 next to his agenda regarding the override of the council policy. I'd like the council member to know that we have reached an agreement with the mayor's office. We have paid him the money that was requested, and I was told that the mayor would support the override, and I just seek confirmation that that message has been transmitted.
So, Mark, what happened when the council considered the mayor's decision to withdraw the veto?
Filner's chief of staff, Vince Hall, was asked by Councilman Scott Sherman if there was any, quote, compensation for this easement put forth. Vince Hall said no. Filner said today he'd not seen a memo from Sunroad's Tom Story about the 2 checks for $100,000 in exchange for the new building permit until yesterday. Here's what the mayor said today about what he did when he found out.
I mean, I did not have any notion that that was what they were doing. I was told that they were interested in just making it easier, and I said, if you make the donations, that'd be great. Because I couldn't stop it at the council anyway.
What was that $100,000 used for, and did the city attorney weigh in on this?
The money apparently went to a veterans memorial and a bicycling event, and City Attorney Jan Goldsmith questioned the payment earlier this month, saying if it were a donation, it should have gone to the city's general fund, not to the mayor's office.
So where do we go from here with this story?
Well, we've probably not heard the end of it. Councilman Faulkner, Republican opponent of Democrat Filner, said this in a statement: the content of the voicemail speaks for itself. This is not how the mayor of San Diego should be conducting business.
And, of course, we have more online at kpbs.org. Thanks, Mark. Another big story tonight, same-sex marriages can now resume in California. Today, the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals lifted its stay in response to the Supreme Court's decision on Proposition 8. It came much sooner than expected. Originally, the appeals court said the stay wouldn't be lifted until 25 days after Wednesday's ruling. One of the couples who sued to overturn Prop 8 were married by State Attorney General Kamala Harris a short time ago in San Francisco. We are in for a scorching weekend of possibly record-breaking temperatures. KPBS reporter Susan Murphy talked with a county health official about ways to stay safe in the heat.
Excessive heat warnings are in effect through Monday night for eastern portions of San Diego County. Forecasters are warning of triple-digit temperatures in the foothills and up to 122 degrees in the lower desert. San Diego County Public Health Officer Wilma Wooten is urging people to take precautions by staying inside, avoiding strenuous activity, and drinking plenty of liquids. She says signs of heat-related illness include cramps, exhaustion, and stroke.
If they just have cramps, that's abdominal cramps. With the exhaustion, they might have increased sweating, nausea. They could have muscle cramps. With the heat stroke, that's the extreme situation. They do not sweat. They can have confusion, nausea, but that is the extreme case, and that could end up putting someone in the hospital, because their body's cooling center is just malfunctioning and they can't regulate their temperature.
Wooten says people with these symptoms should seek medical attention. People without air conditioning in their homes are urged to go to a public place, such as a shopping mall, library, or senior center to stay cool. The county will be opening up several air-conditioned libraries on Sunday in the Far East County for additional cool locations. For a list of the county's designated cool zone sites, you can visit our website at kpbs.org. Susan Murphy, KPBS News.
On the roads and on the water, law enforcement will be keeping an eye out for drunk boaters through the 4th of July holiday. Operation Dry Water is a national campaign. There were 53 boating deaths in California last year. Just over a third were alcohol-related. Drinking is illegal on San Diego beaches, and for the next 10 days, people busted for drinking or other minor violations will be eligible for instant justice. It's a program in its third year offering community service in exchange for keeping the violation off your record. Last year, more than 100 offenders completed 545 hours of community service. It will cost a little more to fill your gas tank on Monday. The state gas tax is going up by 3.5 cents a gallon. Californians pay about 70 cents in taxes for every gallon of gas. The average price here with taxes is $4.07 a gallon. For 15 years, volunteers with the Bilateral Safety Corridor Coalition have been helping victims of drug, labor, and sex trafficking in San Diego County. The group's director says the problems are getting worse, especially in the central and southern parts of the county. The Journey thrift store in National City offers more than gently used clothing and items for the home. It also raises money to prevent the exploitation of men, women, and children for profit.
When you move around the victim.
Marissa Ugarte has been looking at the problem since 2005 and blames the increase on organized crime.
We have the triad, the Chinese triad. We have the cartels from Mexico. We have your local gangs.
She uses a color-coded map to show almost every neighborhood is affected, from the beaches to the inland valleys, military bases, even Indian reservations. Ugarte says it's happening in restaurants, massage parlors, people's homes, even outside of schools, with the largest increases in Mid-City and the South Bay.
The ratio would be 70% women and children, and the other 30% would, or 35%, let's put it that way, would be men.
She says men, often day laborers, don't come forward, so she's opened a new resource library to educate students and other people about the bigger impact of trafficking on communities. Her goal?
To educate people to become speakers, to become citizens that can understand that as much as they needed to be protected, they are going to have to protect the others.
Now, the group has been working closely with police in National City and Chula Vista, where sex trafficking continues to be a big problem. After serving 3 years as San Diego Schools Superintendent, Bill Kowba is retiring. He joins Peggy Pico for a look back at his time in the state's second largest school district.
Since it first began on July 1st, 1854, the San Diego Unified School District has grown from one teacher in a small rented building to more than 200 schools with more than 6,500 teachers, 133,000 students, and a $1 billion operating budget. Now my guest, current Superintendent Bill Kowba, takes stock of his tenure, as today was his last day as he leaves for retirement. Superintendent Kowba, good to see you again, and thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
You've been in the district, or with the district, for 7 years, the last 3 of that as superintendent. During a time which hundreds of millions of dollars was cut from the budget, what changes did you make because of that massive loss of revenue?
Our focus had to be on safeguarding the fundamental education mission of the district in any which way we could. But it took making some very, very tough decisions about funding. We had to seriously take apart some critical academic support programs, some staffing requirements that made a difference, and still stay focused on the education. And that was hundreds of millions of dollars and almost 2,000 people that were lost during the 4 years of the very, very bleak recession.
One of the things that happened even during that time is most recently, and I want to congratulate you for this, you've been nominated as one of 4 finalists for this year's prestigious Broad Prize for Urban Education, called or considered the Oscar of Education community. Why were you nominated, and how did the district, how would it benefit if you're awarded this really prestigious honor?
Well, the Broad Foundation every year looks at the academic results over a 4-year period, looking behind of 75 large urban school districts, and they pick 4 that they deem had the greatest progress made in closing the achievement gap among high-need students, overcoming challenges for English language learners, and simply providing a better academic outcome. You can't apply. You have to be selected based on your data. And we feel very fortunate, humbled, and honored that it happened. And I think it happened during a terrible economic time, as I noted earlier, because we stayed focused on our core mission. We were not distracted, and the partnership was terrific between the kids, the parents, and the staff.
And, you know, I mispronounced it. It is Broad, but the district will benefit if you
yes.
are awarded this.
Yeah, we already have benefited. Each of the 4 finalists receive $150,000 in scholarship money for next year's seniors. The winner, that'll be announced in the Library of Congress on September 25th, will receive $500,000. It's the largest single prize for recognition of urban excellence in education.
Graduation rates have improved under your tenure, as well as standardized test results. What do you attribute that to?
We made a crusade out of keeping kids in school. They can't learn if they're not there. In the last 3 to 4 years, we've surpassed 5-year highs in attendance. We created mentoring programs, one-on-one or in small groups for kids, particularly for high-risk high school students, through student models, adult models. We reached out in an intensified counseling system, so we really tailored and focused on kids. And we wanted to bring the entire cohort of seniors along for that graduation journey.
What are you going to miss most?
The service to children. There is nothing like going on a campus on any given day and watching the light bulb moment in the classroom as kids get it. They're accomplishing a lesson learned, they're working with each other, they're working with the teacher. The demonstration of mastering some particular topic or lesson.
Well, come Monday, Cindy Martin, an elementary school principal, will be the new superintendent of the district. What is the most important lesson that you've learned that you'd like to pass along to her?
I believe that I applied servant leadership, working for the team and for the children. I believe Cindy has that in an incredibly reinforced way. My advice is do right things right, exercise your servant leadership, and do it all in a focus for children.
All right, San Diego Unified School District Superintendent Bill Kowba, thank you for joining us on your last day, and the best to you in your retirement.
Thank you very much.
San Diego Central Library downtown began the daunting task earlier this month of emptying 5 floors of books, magazines, and documents to move into its new location near Petco Park. KPBS arts reporter Beth Accomando shows us some treasures from the old basement will soon be seeing the light of day.
Do you remember the last time you moved? Now imagine if you had to move 1.2 million books, magazines, and mangas, plus another million government documents, and keep them all in order according to the Dewey Decimal System.
We have not increased our staff, so yes, it is a bit daunting, but we have some professional movers, and we're doing it in bits and pieces, and it's going to happen.
As I wind through the bowels of the San Diego Central Library's 2 levels of basements, I find all sorts of treasures, some of which the public has never seen.
We have about a third of our collection in 2 basement levels currently. For me, it's my hall of shame. It doesn't mean that there's anything shameful about it. The point is that for many years, the city of San Diego, all of the citizens here have looked at the library and said, we really need something better. And this is a symbol of that. The part where we weren't really able to do quite as well as we'd like because so many materials are here below.
That's why the move means so much to Deborah Barrow.
It means moving things out of this amazing basement upstairs to places where people can find them and use them, because these are hidden treasures and people have not even known that they were here.
You might think that as the library moves to a new facility, it'll move towards the digital, turning things like newspapers into digital files. But Deborah Barrow says that's not the case.
So this is an opportunity to have information in every format available to our public. And when I say every format, I mean Babylonian tablets as well as internet high-speed digital connections.
We have the San Diego Union, the headline, 100 years ago today, Dadman is indicted, grand larceny, money, false pretenses. And a huge ad, taking much of the front page here, is for the Marston Company, 5th, 6th, and C Streets.
At the new library, people will find more books in circulation and even special collections like some World War II propaganda posters on display.
Ted Geisel, before he was Dr. Seuss, he was in the military and he was an illustrator, and this is something he did. This is Anne, she drinks blood. Her full name is Anopheles Mosquito, and she's dying to meet you.
Well, we have a lot of items that the public doesn't often see or think about, but we have records that go back to the late 1800s, for example. This is a volume that's called the Great Register. This is a big, heavy, leather-bound volume that was kept by the city. For many years, this recorded all the people who registered to vote. This gave us physical descriptions of people, and these are all men at this time because only the men were voting. But it gives their height, the color of their hair, color of their eyes, visible scars, which is an interesting category. The physical description was the only place where we could record that kind of information that clearly identified someone. We didn't carry IDs, we did not have thumbprints, we did not have any of these items that we use today. It's a fun book and tells us an awful lot about what life was like at that time. This is information that's not recorded elsewhere. It's not digital, usually. You only have the hard copy. In this period of time, all records were kept in books such as this, so it's unique. It's just one item. These aren't published. So the researcher wants to look at just this particular item, and it's only available here.
It's really about the discovery that can happen in a library as you walk along and you're looking at one thing or you're looking for one thing, and then here's this other item that you didn't know about. You discover it and you think, wow.
Just the move process is we're relearning a lot of our collections because a lot of what's down on A level has been down here for decades, long before we were ever working here. So we are making discoveries here as we get these items out and arrange them.
We really feel that the new Central Library is going to be the place where people will want to gather, they will want to do their research, they will learn, they will connect to other people, and celebrate all of the accomplishments in San Diego.
Even in the digital age, the Central Library wants to make sure there's a place for physical objects. That's why it's bringing out the hidden treasures of its basement floors and making collections available, some for the first time, to the public. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.
I'm Margaret Warner. On the next news hour, Mark Shields and Michael Gerson analyze the week full of big news. That's Friday on the PBS NewsHour.
Well, summer is the perfect time to take advantage of our beautiful beaches and parks, but Peggy Pico highlights some other unusual activities in our weekend preview.
You won't have to look very far for some local fun this weekend. San Diego Magazine's summer guide includes everything from stargazing to extreme ice cream. Joining me with a taste of a few activities to do before the 4th is San Diego Magazine editor Kimberly Cunningham. And Kimberly, welcome.
Hi, thanks so much.
Now, you and your team at San Diego Magazine uncovered some standouts for this weekend. Let's start with your stargazing.
Okay, well, this is called, it's a fun activity at Balboa Park called Gazing with the Experts. And the San Diego Astronomy Association sets up telescopes by the fountain near the Science Center. And it's totally free, and you can see the moon and the stars and the planets and all kinds of things, and they tell you what you're looking at, and
it sounds like fun.
Yes.
Okay. And then we know it's going to be warm this weekend. I know triple digits are expected, especially inland, but they could come our way. Mm-hmm. So you also have an idea to take advantage of maybe these warmer summer nights.
Yes, well, we have a guide to extreme ice cream in San Diego, and we have all different kinds of flavors. There's a flavor in Ocean Beach called the Beachcomber that has its blue ice cream with marshmallow cream and Pop Rocks. I don't know if you remember that candy from when you were a kid, but it's kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love ice cream. Tell us about the movie nights, too. So you could be eating your ice cream and watching movies.
Yes, so there's one coming up on July 3rd at the USS Midway. They're going to be showing the family-friendly Escape from Planet Earth. And it's free, and it's just a great way to spend a night in San Diego aboard the beautiful Midway, which offers some of the most beautiful views in San Diego.
And it's going to be, much cooler if you're on the water there. So I want to let folks know that both Gazing with the Experts at the Reuben H. Fleet Center, at that fountain out there, and the family movie night at the Midway will happen on July 3rd, right? The night before. So that's available. We talked a little bit about the ice cream, but tell us about a way for adults, people who want to cool off maybe in a more adult way. Tell us about this History Happy Hour.
Okay, so this is a fun, new, cool thing in Balboa Park, and basically Balboa Park is getting in on all the craft brew action that has become such a big part of San Diego's identity. And so once a month they're going to be hosting these History Happy Hours. This month it's hosted by Amplified Ale Works from Mission Beach. And it's just a kind of a cool way you can sample beers as you learn about the history of beer making in San Diego.
And you get to sample as you're, of course, if you're of age, you get to sample as you're walking around. What else is there going on this weekend? Because I know, July 4th is here. We have a lot of tourists coming in. Is there something kind of for the locals that, or maybe only locals will get around to, or do you think any of these you could do ahead of time?
Well, I think the Balboa Park thing is a great super local thing that not a lot of people know about. And, also the Summer Pops are kicking off this weekend.
That's right.
Casey and the Sunshine Band or actually I think that's happening tonight.
That'll go along with the Pop Rock ice cream.
Yes,
right?
Pop Rocks and the Summer Pops.
All right, what's your favorite thing to do? What are you planning on doing this weekend?
Well, I know it's going to be hot, so I will probably be at the beach, and, I think it's just a great, get outside, wear sunscreen, but, I think it's a great time to be on the water, and
all right. So yes, an excellent time to get out and enjoy being a San Diego. And Kimberly Cunningham with San Diego Magazine, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
And of course, we already told you about the excessive heat warning for San Diego County. Here's a look at the forecast. We could see dense fog along the coast tonight and tomorrow morning. Then temperatures in the 80s this weekend, beachside. Cooling slightly by Sunday. The inland valleys could see 100 degrees tomorrow, and nighttime temperatures dipping only into the 70s. 90s for the mountains, and fire restrictions are in effect. Desert temperatures will easily soar above 100 degrees. The excessive heat warning will be up until Monday night.
In tonight's Public Square, we had a lot to choose from. A robust conversation about the Supreme Court rulings on the Defense of Marriage Act and Prop 8 that resulted in same-sex marriage becoming legal again in California. With congratulations and a word of caution, Peking Duck wrote, California is a community property state. Please research what this means before taking the plunge. Others looked at the issue with a global perspective. Karina Rose said the West view of marriage is strange compared to other cultures. She wrote, because we expect marriage to be based on falling in love and living happily ever after. Most cultures expect love to happen after marriage, not before. While others, like Alan J. Perez, took a constitutional perspective on discrimination, saying, it's not about whether you believe in marrying someone of the same sex or family values. It's about treating everyone equally under our secular Constitution. You could join in this conversation or comment on any KPBS story by following us on Twitter, joining us on Facebook, or email us at publicsquare@kpbs.org.
And you can find tonight's stories and download the KPBS app all on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.